I'm Big Will Evanson, and it's time to talk sports. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we had yet another action-packed day of college hoops on day 2 of March Madness, but it is springtime on the Western Slope, so let's begin with some Colorado Mesa baseball. Mavericks taking on Colorado Christian, and what a story Gage Lockhart has been on the mound for the Mavericks. The former Delta Panther has solidified himself as the Game 1 starter and is quickly becoming CMU's most reliable starter. Lockhart was locked in this one, a no-hitter for Gage through 5 innings. Now at the plate, Cameron Cartwright, and with 2 on, CC gets all of this one. It's all right for Cartwright as he rakes home 3 for the Mavericks. And how about these new flashing lights? After a homer, really gives Berkman Field a party-like vibe, but it really was a party at the plate for CMU as the Mavericks dominate Colorado Christian 18-2. A big win in Game 1 of the series for Colorado Mesa. But as aforementioned, we had a ton of awesome college basketball at the Big Dance. Let's show you the best of what I saw today. We begin with our first game on this Friday as the Baylor Bears were feeling it, but Mississippi State just did not want to go away in this game as the Bulldogs hung around and hung around. Now a chance to tie in the final seconds, and it's no good. Baylor moves on to round 2 where they will face the 1 seed Duke, who, oh, by the way, beat Mount St. Mary's by 44. But perhaps our best game of round 1 went down in Cleveland. St. Mary's and Vanderbilt, high drama until the final seconds as Vanderbilt, after the miss, gets the rebound, trying to find a look, and they get a pretty good one, but it can't fall for the Commodores as St. Mary's will now face Alabama. And the Tide had a battle in the second half with 15 seed Robert Morris, Bobby Mel. They came to play. Amarian Dickerson, number 3 in red, was an absolute beast in this game. Game high 25 points for him, but in the end, just too much weaponry on the outside as Alabama survives a scare and moves on. And the game we had circled on our calendars, Colorado State and Memphis. CSU, despite being a 12 seed, was actually the favorite in this game, and it was a tight game in the second half. But despite Rams' leading scorer Nick Clifford going just 3 of 13 from the field, it was Kyan Evans who stepped up for CSU as the Rams pull away in the end to take down the 5 seed. So now the Rams will take on the Terrapins of Maryland on Sunday. And some breaking news. 5:10 p.m. Sunday on TBS, Colorado State, Maryland. It's going to be a great game in round 2.
You know, I can't imagine them getting to the Sweet 16, but it could happen.
Listen, this team has got a lot of weapons on the outside. Nico Medved's been doing an incredible job coaching that team. Maryland, the Crab 5 as they call them, they got a great starting 5. Derek Queen's a lot to handle in the paint. But listen, this is March, and you know, people I've seen on Twitter, social media, people complaining, you know, not many upsets, not, you know, some crazy finishes. It's been a lighter round 1, but that usually means an epic round 2. And I think we're getting
up this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Big games coming up. We're looking forward to it for sure. What do you expect?
Oh, just awesome play, awesome games. I am marking my calendar for Saturday night. I think it's, I want to say 6:40 p.m. It's Houston and Gonzaga. That's, I mean, coming into the tournament, we kind of were like, how is Gonzaga an 8 seed? They just won the West Coast Conference. They're one of the best teams in the country. They're a top 10 team by KenPom. Houston, unfortunate round 2 matchup for them to get a team as good as Gonzaga. That could be a big upset for the Zags. So many great games. Obviously, I'm a Gator. Florida was awesome today. And now playing the 2-time back-to-back national champion UConn Huskies Sunday morning will be epic.
Who's UCLA have?
UCLA's got Tennessee, 2-seed Tennessee. UCLA was incredibly dominant against Utah State. Didn't talk about it a ton. I mean, that was
impressive.
And we expected it to be a really close game. Utah State, they've been in a tournament team the last couple of years. You know, that's a tough matchup for UCLA. Ran right through them. UCLA could pull off an upset of Tennessee, who I have in my Final Four.
Boy, I'd like to see your bracket bust on that alone. Finally, really some sad news to report. Hate to end a newscast like this, but 76-year-old George Foreman passes away.
Yeah, it's sad.
What a legacy he left.
Incredible. What a legend. I mean, for him, what he did as a fighter, and then obviously in the grilling business as well. Pretty incredible. I mean, it makes his name last forever. When I first heard of him, I think I was, watching the Office episode with Michael Scott.
Probably, and he had all his kids, George 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the grill, and of course, he was a very motivational speaker and a preacher, and charismatic in that regard. So, anyhow, like I said, hate to end the newscast on that sad note, but let's bring it back up again. But let's go UCLA, right?
Well, I know you're a Bruin guy. We've got incredible matchups Saturday, Sunday. I'm looking here at the schedule. Michigan, Texas A&M is going to be a great game, and that's what's so incredible. A lot of 6-3 matchups, a lot of 5-4 matchups. We're not getting the 15 seed, kind of getting blown out in the second round. Obviously, Coach John Calipari against Rick Pitino and St. John's, Arkansas versus St. John's. That's going to be must-see TV. It's all going to be must-see TV. Tune into CBS all weekend.
Enjoy it right here. Great weekend coming up. See you Monday.